Rice. It's a brand new week. The sun's shining bright. A chance to cast your net. Step into the light. Life's full of challenges. It's a winding stream. But with Coach Rice, you'll find your dream.
Good afternoon. Good evening, I should say, actually. Welcome back to Casting the Net. Mondays with Coach Rice, where we dive deep into topics that are most helpful to your mental health and well-being. I'm your host, Coach Rice, your professional certified life and health coach and trained mental health counselor. And today I have a special guest, Sereda Fowlkes. She's a certified holistic health coach. And today we're going to take a deep dive into holistic health and as it pertains to spirituality, which is going to be pretty interesting. So, Sereda, let us know where you're from and what made you choose the holistic health path.
Well, I hail from Virginia, the green, beautiful state of Virginia,
Nice.
and I I grew up on a farm, and I've always loved eating healthy because that's what I grew up on. And so the food has changed so much that it's like it's not good. So I went on a health journey to stay healthy because we didn't have any issues pretty much because everything was on the farm. We grew our animals and vegetables, and even though I hated doing the crops and stuff like that, but you know, looking back on it, it was good. But now it's like I want to stay healthy. And so I wanted to be in a place where I can stay healthy and help other people get healthy because it's a lot of things happening with our food supply now that people we're eating everything and not realizing how it's affecting us.
That is so true. Tell us a little bit more about how food has changed. In what way do you see from your background? In what ways
Hmm.
do you see that food has changed? Because I'm noticing that too. Like it's different.
It is. Well, they did a 60-minute program where they show where they know and they knew that sugar was meant to be addictive, and they admitted it on 60 Minutes. This was years ago. And so the more sugar that you eat, the more sugar you want, which has caused the diabetes epidemic that we have because you just can't get enough. And case in point, Lay's potato chips. You just can't eat one. Right. They made
That's
it to
true.
be addictive. So and M&Ms, just think of the foods that we love. We just can't have one. We got to have at least a handful. And then if we can stop, it's
Right.
like, okay, so the food has been manipulated to be addictive, no matter what it is. I used to be I say a Coca-holic, not really Coke, but a Pepsi-holic,
Okay.
where I used to have a Pepsi a day and chocolate. I mean, that was my deal. And then one day I went to the doctor. I had this horrible pain in my back. And I mean, I rolled out of bed. I didn't get up. I rolled out of bed because I was in
Wow.
so much pain. Oh my gosh. And he said, caffeine. It's like, and I rattled off of him. I was like, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't, da 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 da. Everything I thought that had caffeine in it. He's like, your colas, your teas. And he went down the list. I was like, what? And so
Wow. And it caused your back to hurt?
yeah, I guess it had settled in my back. And sure enough, he said, you need to go to the clear. If you're going to drink sodas, go to the clear sodas. This was years, years, years ago. And I did. And sure enough, I didn't have that pain anymore. And I know now if I eat something or I drink something and I get the pain in my back, I was like, what had caffeine in it? Because
Oh,
I mean,
wow. You got caffeine
yeah,
sensitivity, huh?
yeah. It affects people differently.
Right.
Some people can drink a lot of caffeine and it doesn't affect them, but for me personally, so my thing is that you got to know your body.
That's
When
true.
your body talks to you, it's telling you, I don't feel good. This is hurting. This is not normal. But a lot of times we don't pay attention. We just slough it off. Oh, it must have been something I ate. But if you keep getting that, it's saying, hey, hey, pay attention. I'm trying to tell you before I put you down, you
That
know?
is true. You're right about that. Now, with this, with holistic health, how, and you know, all the areas. What are all the
Mhm.
areas that you help your clients with?
Well, holistic is top to bottom,
Right.
because the body is perfectly made by God. And
Yes.
we do everything we can to mess it up. We we just go for it. And but on the spiritual side, Jesus says, "I've already healed you." He made the way for us to be healed. And so if we get a diagnosis or something, that's like first you go to the word and you repent for eating something you're not supposed to be eating or whatever. But God has made a way for the body to heal itself. And that's where the nutrition, the nutrients from the earth comes in to help the body restore itself. Because actually medicine never healed anybody.
That's true.
It
You're right.
it's a it suppresses the pain so that you can get by, but it doesn't really help you get to the root cause of what's going on.
Right. That's why they say we practice in medicine.
Exactly.
They practicing on us.
Yes, exactly,
But we hold it to
exactly.
be true. Some we hold it as if it's really true. But you're right. Like things from the earth, um, plants and
Hmm.
things like that help us heal when we need it
Yeah,
because it gives our body the nutrients if it hasn't gone too far.
yeah, that's true. And if you just have to, there are a lot of herb books and things out there now that tell people how you can use the teas and the
Hmm.
plants and stuff to make teas and things like that for you. And so much stuff on the internet. But yeah, you have to know. So what we do with the practice we do is like we help you find the deficiencies. The body has need for nutrition. We don't always know what to take. And the people that are very much like, I take vitamins, I do this and this. But it's like, do you know how much you're supposed to be taking? And all, vitamins and plants and whatever you take, there are cofactors that make them work effectively. So
Okay.
just because you take, say calcium, do you have the right cofactors that go with it for the body to utilize it? Same thing with magnesium, because that's one of the two most deficient things that people have now. There's a deficiency in magnesium. People can't sleep and their bones. I mean, just a whole bunch of stuff. But you need the right components to make it work. You can go to the pharmacy, you can find all these vitamins and nutrients, but a lot of it's, if I can say, junk because they don't. You have to look at the ingredients, even with vitamins.
That is
You
so
really do.
true. It's interesting that you say that because magnesium is one, and some of the symptoms are like what muscle cramps,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned um like
Anxiety. Well, anxiety and panic
anxiety.
attacks. Yeah,
Wow. And
because
and also like sometimes like people can't sleep, right? Due
yeah,
to lack of
it relaxes.
magnesium.
Right. And see, um, calcium, well, magnesium relaxes, calcium constricts. So they complement each other, but people don't know how it works. So they'll say, "Oh, just take magnesium." Yeah, but there's some other things that magnesium needs with it for it to work properly. A
Oh,
lot of time, calcium and magnesium go together if it's the right time, because there's different kinds of magnesium. So you can go to the grocery store or pharmacy, all these shelves of magnesium, this and this and this. You don't know what's what. And that's where people take it. Yeah, I'm taking it. I had a lady tell me, she said, "Yeah, I took magnesium, but she took too much." And she was like
interesting.
a zombie. Yeah. So it's like, it's not always, yes, you need to take this, but the right combination so that it's effectively used in your body.
So
So
how did you
that's what we do.
know which ones to take then?
Yeah. So, well, through our through my study and the course that I went through to be certified as a holistic health coach, they say, and which I never knew too until I took the course, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't work by itself. It needs cofactor. Another case in point, vitamin D.
Yes.
There's different kinds of D, right? D3, but D3 needs cofactors for it to work properly in the body. Everybody needs it, whether you have a lot of melanin, as you know, most Black people do, or if you have a little bit. Everybody needs vitamin D. It's a function. The sun, we can't get enough sun because
Right.
we're not, yeah, we're just not out in it. And even if you're in a warm climate, the body, the skin has to absorb it,
Yes.
and this, yeah, it doesn't always
And I
get
think
through.
the more melon you have in your skin, the less it absorbs, right?
Exactly, the more vitamin D you need. Yeah, and all vitamin D is not equal. My sister is, she's my older sister. She was taking vitamin D, and I looked at the bottle. I said, "Let me see what you're taking." It was 10,000 IU's of vitamin D. I was like, "Okay, that's good. Let me look at the ingredients." It had three types of oils in it. I was like,
Okay.
eat oil and vitamin D? Uh-uh. I was like, this is not good. Not good. Vitamin D should have no oil in it. She had the gel packs, but it said 10,000, probably did her no good
I probably
because
I'm probably taking the same kind. I'm probably that's
well,
why I said, how do you know? How do everybody know what you go to the store and you thinking you buying value?
that's my mission. I mean, I'm like, people need to know that what they're taking. And the other thing is that the pharmaceutical industry, they don't push back as much on nutrition and vitamins like they used to because they have purchased most of the vitamin companies.
Oh yeah,
They're owned by
it's
pharmaceuticals companies.
it's a
Yeah.
money maker and they all connected.
Right.
So why
Yes,
would you
yes,
not?
yes, yes.
Right?
Yeah, they want to get in on it.
Yeah, they want to get everybody want a piece of the pie, right?
Right, right. So it's like they don't mind you taking vitamins as long as it doesn't do you any good. And that's really pretty much what's happening, what's
Wow.
on the market. It's not effective.
That's interesting. So, um, what it how you mentioned that you do a like do you do blood work or how does that work? How does the onboarding process for your clients work?
Yeah, so we use a health evaluation. Pretty much you're telling us what your body is telling you. So we'll go through a bunch of questions and we will ask you about your soft tissue, your hard tissue, your digestive system, just to get a feel of whatever. Because your body, like I said, your body talks to you. So once you answer the questions, you'll say, "I don't sleep well at night. I get up at night and pee a lot," or um, "I don't focus very well." All of this is telling us where the deficiency is, and from that, we know that your body's missing these key nutrients. And it's like once you get them in your body and your body starts absorbing them, it's amazing how it works. It's like, oh, and then we not retest, we reevaluate every 30 days
Okay.
because we use the nutrition. We have our own, set of products. Once the people take the products and after 30 days, they go back and take the evaluation again. They don't check off as many things that's wrong anymore. It's like, well, I didn't notice, but I don't do this anymore. I don't have this anymore. It's like, yeah, because we're addressing the
The
root cause of why
deficiency.
you had these problems. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That's interesting because you would think that you go that's why I say you would think you go to the store, you purchase these things and hey,
Yeah,
you think you're
yeah,
doing something, right? I didn't know that certain things were complimentary.
yeah, yeah. Well, like what is it? H2O. How do you make what is it? H2O, right? You
Water,
need the
yeah.
H,
You
you need
combine
the
those
oxygen. You
elements.
need the two together for
You need the
them.
two together to
Yeah,
make water, right?
right. So your
It's the
chemistry
same
comes into
thing
place.
with vitamins, right?
Yeah,
So we have to read the ingredients to see what's in it to see if we're taking the right thing. Like,
yeah. And same thing with food. But yeah, with the vitamins, we know, and the research of the doctors that we have, their chemists and all of that, they know what works together and how the body absorbs it. So you can take vitamins, but if they don't do you any good, like I've talked to people, And it's like, yeah, I take a lot of vitamins, but when they talk to me, they got all these problems. And that's like, well, if your vitamins were really that good, you shouldn't have these problems because that should adjust what you're telling me that's still going on in your body. So that right there tells you that all vitamins are not equal.
And I would think you need vitamins now because the quality of food is so different.
Exactly, exactly. It's amazing. The food has been tampered with. It's been sprayed with chemicals in the name of keeping the bugs off of it. But all of those toxins get
Yeah,
into
they
our
get in your
bodies.
body.
Right. And they cause our organs to malfunction and to cause disease.
Wow, that's so true because even when you go to the grocery store to go get fruit and vegetables, how do you, especially fruit, some of the stuff is not I mean some of the stuff genetically made.
Yeah, exactly. And
And you can really you can't tell unless you
right,
really some things you can really tell. You like grapes are not that big or berries are not that huge.
right. And not good. And the things that don't have seeds in them anymore is a good sign that it's been modified
Mm.
because give you herbs and every seed bearing plant to produce. And so they'd hybridize a lot of fruits so that there's no seeds anymore. It's like, okay, what a seedless watermelon. I grew up on a farm. I remember picking watermelons and planting the seeds. And it's like, and you had watermelon seeds. People didn't like to spit them out, but still they were seeds because, that's what made the watermelon what it was. But now
Oh
it's just
wow.
amazing. Yeah.
I've heard that before. Like watermelon is not supposed to have seeds. I mean, supposed to have seeds rather.
Yeah,
Watermelon
yeah.
is supposed to have seeds, and you're right. There are no
Hmm.
seeds, and it makes it convenient to eat, but it's not right.
Right. Yeah. And they make you pay more for it too. Seedless
Oh goodness
watermelon.
gracious, the price, the price of buying something that make you sick, right? And so,
Right. It's amazing.
so the vitamin. So you have supplements
Correct.
that you
Hmm.
guys that people can purchase through you. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. So it depends on what everybody we said needs at least 90 essential nutrients. And the good thing is that we have all of that in three products because they have got it down to a science where it can be in a powder form or liquid form so that you don't have to have a whole cabinet full of vitamins. They've packaged it so that all 66 minerals, 16 vitamins, and three essential fatty acid makes up the 90 essential nutrients. But it's crystallized and done in a form. All you do is put it in water and stir it up, drink it, and you're good to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you don't need a whole lot of bottles around. Everything is formulated,
Into one.
co-factored. Yeah, everything is done so that, you take it, amazing results. Most people, when they take it, I'll caveat that. When they take it, some people say, forgot. Well, it's like, you only get the benefit of what you make use of,
And it
you know.
has the magnesium, the vitamin D, all of the components that you need. You don't need any other supplements.
No. Well,
Oh,
that's the basic, okay? So that's everybody can take that. That's 90 for life, forever, forever. Because, as a kid, we took vitamins, right? Every day
right.
you had your multivitamin. Same thing as we get older. If you're over 40, you need multivitamins again because you start losing collagen, you start losing a lot of the nutrients that we need to put back into our bodies. And that's why it's like you need to continually take this, you know, so you can feel your best. The the three products I mentioned, one has the vitamins in it, the other one has calcium and magnesium. They're separate. They can't be produced together, so they come in separate containers, but you can mix them together because when they're formulated with the right ingredients to make them bind.
Okay.
Yeah, but still three. So the calcium, magnesium comes in a separate container, but the rest of the vitamins are all mixed together, and you can just mix them and drink them together. If you like drinking um, or pills a little bit more because you can't get as much in a pill as you can in just powder. It's like powder,
Yeah, I
pour
don't
it in.
like pills.
You would love to drink.
I don't like
You
pills,
would,
so that'd be vitamins. I like liquid vitamins. I like to
yeah,
drink my vitamins. I don't like
yeah,
pills. But
yeah.
I've seen some vitamins that are liquid on the shelf that I found to be junk because they have fructose syrup in it.
Right.
But I found
Mm-mm.
one that didn't. That I
Yeah.
thought was pretty nice. But yeah, that's interesting to be able to have the nutrients because I know I need magnesium and calcium,
Mm.
but I don't want to
Yes,
take
your
any
body.
pills.
Yeah, right. Yep, you don't have to. It comes in powder and liquid form. It just, it worked.
Okay.
I've
Yeah. So,
had many clients.
um, what advice would you give the audience about their health that you think they should know?
I say you should take control of your own health because you cannot depend on a doctor to tell you what your body's missing. Even blood tests, it has shown that blood test doesn't show you everything.
Mm.
Unless you order a specific blood test, because there's many blood tests they can order. Unless they order the right one, how many people do you know have gone to the doctor? It's like, oh, my blood work came out fine, but it's like I still feel like crap.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
That is true.
so yeah, the blood test doesn't give you everything. So, and like I said, we're not doctors, we don't play doctors, but the body tells you what area, what's going on. So we know there's a deficiency somewhere. So I would say if you got something that you've been working with the doctor for over a few months and you still got an issue, even after they've given you medication, then you need some nutrition. The body's saying, I'm starving for nutrition. Give me some nutrition so I can help rebuild myself.
Yeah, the body do speak to you. It really does,
Yes,
especially when it
it's
comes to your mental health and your
absolutely.
physical health and your spiritual health. Because if we not right
Yeah,
spiritually,
yeah,
you
that's
can
true.
definitely
That's true.
feel it in your body and your mind and your
Yeah,
behavior. And
absolutely.
they all spill out in that way, right?
Yeah, they do. And sleep is one of the very great components that helps the body recover. So if
Hmm.
you don't get good sleep,
Yet
your
your
body
body don't
doesn't,
recover.
yeah, it doesn't do go through that process.
That is
So all my late night people, go to bed.
go to bed. That's me. Go to bed. Send me to bed. Especially like, what about menopause? Like, do you find that a lot of women with menopause come to you for help?
Well, yeah, that's my actually signature program. I say let's be the boss of our hormones because doctors don't really tell you when you start in your 40s, when you start feeling off and you don't know why. And it's like, oh, you might be in menopause, but it's like that's all they know. They don't really give you any guidelines about it. So, absolutely. And the nutrition makes a difference. Everything changes once you start going down that path. And so I'm on a mission to educate women about that process of perimenopause, postmenopause, and because there's not a lot of information out there. So I want to be a help.
That is true. So how can our audience reach you? Even although I want you to send me your links that you want me to have
Okay,
in the video, and I'll make
sure.
sure you get the final video and just
Okay.
to let them how can they reach you because that's very interesting.
Yeah, sure, sure. You can reach me at healthylivingwithsereda.com, and that'll take you to my page. And that way we can book a call for people that want to know more and explore the health evaluation.
Well, this is the season and the time to get healthy, and this is it's all to take control of your health because not just now but forever. The journey
Oh, yeah,
it's a lifetime journey, right?
it is. And I heard this minister say, which was kind of funny. He said, God told him, he says, if you let things go too long, it's a problem. He said, if they had handled Al Capone while he was a small time hood, they wouldn't have had the problems they had, you know, and
That's
he had
true.
his crimes.
That
So
is true.
handle things while they're small,
Right,
and
because
avoid
when they
all the
get out of
craziness.
control, it's hard to bring
Yep.
them back.
Yep.
It's hard
So
to bring
that's
them
it.
back. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on the show today. And I am so grateful to have had you. And thank you for the wisdom that you shared because I did not know vitamin D. I'm gonna have to read my bottle and see if it has oil in it. I'm like, oh my God. No, but I will.
Yeah.
But
The
yeah,
gel
I
ones do, but the other ones.
definitely have to get.
Yeah.
I'm glad that, I did meet you. I do have to get me some calcium and magnesium because I am definitely deficient in that. And so
So we must
I'll definitely be reaching out. And thank you so much
awesome.
for coming on. And I will definitely put the link in. And for my audience, if this has been a benefit, please do share and let people know because it's your health and is so important to us, and we want to make sure that you get the information that you need. So, share, subscribe, and leave comments on how it benefited you in any kind of way. But we are signing off. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and knowledge on the show today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Mondays with Coach Rice. We'll heal every heart. So join us now. Let's make life suffice. Welcome to Monday.